People have questions, I have answers. Maybe that is the reason for us to converse today. Photography and myself, that is a pair no one saw being together in these last 4 years. People were always taking photographs of myself with them, like selfies. But they never saw me as a photographer myself. I had a photographer when I was communication representative, but they never saw me behind the lens, especially if with the intention of being behind the lens. So my journey with photography starts in Istanbul, Turkey in July of 2019. Correct? Wrong. It actually starts in, I believe, May of 2017. Grade 7s were coming to our school and they were looking for photographers from my communication tech class. And my teacher said that, does anyone want to do photography? My assignment was done. I was basically just having free time for the next 4 classes. That was my schedule. I said I would volunteer. I did not know how to use a DSLR and I could not get a lesson before that for some reason. So the morning of grade 7 day, I go downstairs, I sign out a camera. My teacher gives me a camera, I say go. He teaches me few things, but we didn't have a lot of time. But my teacher is an amazing fellow. He taught me as much as he could in 15 minutes. But that day, I took pictures of students laughing. I took pictures of students a bit stressed with the activities. I took pictures of students talking, natural pictures. That is the day I realized that this is something I want to do. Maybe as a profession, maybe not, but I definitely want to give my time and dedication to this. Fast forward 1 year, I'm still doing photography with the school's camera. Often I would take camera for a stroll with myself. That's the phrase I like to use. And then taking pictures of the school and often of flowers and whatnot. And my birthday in 2018 approaches, and I feel like I am very comfortable with the camera. I ask for one. I got a camera much nicer than I imagined, thanks to my parents. I got a Canon EOS Rebel SL2, and initially I had no idea what this camera was, what the speciality of this camera was. So I did some research, and then I even asked my teacher for some advice, and he gave me some advice, and then I did some research and I found out this was the best camera for me. So I started doing photography at school, very random things, pencil on the floor, someone drinking from a water fountain and stuff like that, and often of my friends also covering. The first event I covered with my camera was actually the Halloween lunchtime 2018. And that was the day when I finally totally understood that I need to have a lens with me at all times. My photographs weren't the best that day. I mean, because it was inside a school, because of the lighting, and we know how people are on Halloween, acting all crazy about, but that's fun. So I started taking the camera with me to school on a random basis, and often taking photographs, then running them back to my teacher and asking him his opinion. And then I remember it was November or December of 2018 when I actually popped in the SD card and opened a picture on Photoshop. First time I did it, I loved it, and I loved everything of it, because knowing that is my photograph and that is my edit, and other people like it, or maybe they won't even like it, but just showing to other people that this is my talent and I want to help everyone with this. I want to help everyone with their photographs, and I believe that this is something that not only pleases me, but I can use this to de-stress maybe a friend or someone who is a bit stressed out that day, and we have seen that on a bunch of different occasions. And moving back to the photography, and then and at a time I even started doing photography around my neighborhood, and often videos with the camera as well. And this camera actually also helped me during actually more so my second tenure as communication representative. That was from January 2019 to it was till the new Comm rep was elected in September. And then everyone who did my photographs, we had, I believe, around 2 photographers in my team, so both of them, they did great with it. And the point that I'm trying to make is, you never fail in photography. You never get something wrong, unless if it's a major blunder, but even that could be art. An out of focus picture, maybe it has a meaning. An image with poor lighting, maybe that has a meaning. With a bad use of the rule of thirds, maybe it has a meaning. I want you to know that photography has a meaning. You don't need an expensive DSLR or Adobe Lightroom or Photoshop. You need passion, you need dedication. Thank you, and happy photography.